Before we go to growing pains, I'd like to witness a scene which is a problem solved. Mike McShane and Philip Hodson, long-lost twin brothers. Mike, tell us your story.
I'm just so happy. Well, you have to go back a few years. We were the illegitimate twins of a Prussian countess and a pig farmer from Prussian, California. It's true, it's true. And during an airlift of backgammon bacon over the Berlin Wall, we were suddenly dropped and separated. And now we found each other through the miraculous coincidence of fate that on our bald spots on top of our head we have a tattoo, actually, which is the exact reproduction of Philip Schofield's dental plate. Which was miraculous. And I'm just so happy that I should go now, but I just want to say, Mama says to call.
But what's the number? The number. 08181181181.
181 in it. Yes. Thanks for that, Philip. I'm sorry, we just couldn't resist it.
I understand.
We couldn't resist
Last time
it.
I'm here, never again.
Oh, no, please don't say that. Even though it is coming up to the summer and there is a break now for going live, there are fact sheets, aren't there?
We've got lots of fact sheets and we'll give you the details. Where are you? We'll give you the details towards the end of this section. So if you want a fact sheet, listen out and we'll give you the address as well.
Rightio. Let's get on with the first letter. Dear Philip, whenever it's Sunday, I feel nervous about school the next day. Please will you tell me how to calm my nerves? The reason I feel like this is that my heart goes out of control and starts beating quite fast. I feel like this because I love my mum and dad, that I want to stick to them like glue. Other children break friends with me, but mum and dad never do, and that is from an 8-year-old correspondent.
Okay, well, in your body is an anxiety system. The heart is a pump at the centre of it, and if you get a shock like that, automatically your pump goes faster. It can't help it. And it's a very important pump because it allows you then to be really alert and have lots of energy and strength to deal with a situation, like suppose somebody's chasing you. But your mind can do the same thing. And although something's not chasing you, you worry, and your heart goes faster with that anxiety. Then what happens is you reinforce it, because you notice your heart's going fast. You say, hey, I didn't ask for that. What's going wrong? And you actually make it go faster still, or fluttering. So the real problem is that it's that sort of system in your body is not immediately under your control, and you worry about it. Now, what are you worried about? Somebody's not been very nice to you at school. Either they've teased you or they've dumped you a bit, haven't they? And it's much nicer with mum and dad, and really you think all your problems will be solved if you stay at home forever, but you can't. What you've got to do is tell yourself two very important things. First is, I go to school every single Monday morning and I survive. It is really, really all right. The second is that you had to be able to make friends in the first place with somebody, and even if you lose a friend, you've still got that ability. You can do it again. With the stresses and the strains, when the heart starts to go too fast, just let your muscles go limp. Slow down your breathing. Maybe have a warm bath. And with your problem, if you talk to mum and dad, if you talk a problem through, you begin to see what it's like. You get lots of support from them, and that way you'll get through it all. And good luck.
Second letter now. Dear Growing Pains, a few years ago my parents split up because my dad used to treat my mum like a servant and talk to her like one as well. After 2 years they got back together. Dad now treats mum like a queen, and I'm very glad. But now he talks to me like a dog and calls me lazy all the time, even though I do as much as I can at home. When I try to ask him not to talk to me like that, and mum sticks up for me, he says we're ganging up on him and gets even worse. What should I do?
Well, your dad seems to be a sort of passionate person, doesn't he? Things are either all bad or all good. It's not much in the middle. And you've got to adjust to this. So I think instead of waiting for him to react to you or overreact to you, go to him and say, look, Dad, how much work do you actually expect me to do around the house? Could I have some idea, please? That way you seize the initiative. You're more in control and charge of things. I think that the second thing is you've got to use what we call basic assertion technique. So when you want to say to him, I don't like being called that, and he says, you're ganging up on me, you have to ask yourself, is that really the point? I mean, you don't want to think of yourself as a bully, but whether he's being ganged up on or not, or outnumbered, is neither here nor there. So what you want to say is, Dad, yes, I can see you feel outnumbered, but I still have a problem about how you speak to me. And the difficulty is that I don't cope very well when you speak to me as if I'm a disobedient dog. My name is, and then give your name. And you just stick to that point. Whatever he goes through, in the end, he'll have to meet you on your ground rather than you always getting lost with, no, we love you really, we're not ganging up on you, we want you to stay, and then the subject has been lost. Try that. I'm sure it'll work.
Dear Philip Hodson, my problem is that I'm a coward. I'm 12 years old and everyone in my class has to do a lecture in front of the headmistress and the whole school for 8 minutes. It's giving me nightmares and I can't enjoy anything without thinking about it. I've talked to my mum, but there's nothing she can do. I've planned my speech and I'm learning it because we're not allowed notes, but I can't stop worrying. I'm going away for Easter and I won't enjoy my holiday because I'm scared of going back to school and looking like a wimp. Please help me. But don't say my name. Of course you won't.
No. You are not a coward. They once did a survey on people in this country and they found that 3 out of 4 people were terrified of speaking in public, even making a sort of speech at a wedding or something like that. People used to write to me and say, could you actually write a speech down for me so I can give it because I'm so nervous. You are also focusing on what can go wrong. Now, this is very natural when you haven't done something before. When you're faced with something for the first time, we all get nervous, and you think about all the things that might happen. I mean, Mike McShane just sort of thrust that bit of a moment at the beginning of the programme on me. I didn't have time to think about it, but if I did, I'd have thought about, well, I'm going to dry up, I'm going to forget my lines, or he's going to make such fun of me, I'm going to collapse, whatever. You're saying to yourself, I'm going to get up on stage, 800 people are going to be looking at me, I'm going to forget my lines, and then all my clothes are going to fall off. It isn't going to be like that, I assure you. And it isn't going to be like that because you're doing the right things already. If you practice and you rehearse, then your brain actually makes the connections that are going to be successful for you. It actually knows what to do and where you are in the process. So get your family, sit them down, and you run through the speech in front of them. If it helps, you could record it on a tape and play it back. Once you know it, then all you have to do to say to yourself is, I am going to look in my mind, I'm going to imagine that audience clapping at the end. And if you imagine it successfully, pre-rehearse it in your mind, it will more or less occur like that. The other thing to say is, all this will pass. There will be another day after the day on which you make your speech, and your life will go on. It always does.
Dear Growing Pains, I live in the north and attend a grammar school reputed to be one of the best in the country. I'm having difficulties there because I'm not as intelligent as most of the other pupils. All the other people in my form make fun of me and call me Dumbo. It upsets me very much. I've tried talking to my mother about it, but she ignores me because she spends all her time with my younger sister. Please read this letter out because I want people to know how much it hurts me and the way it makes me feel.
Well, a word about intelligence. You come from a part of the world where there's a sort of cream of a cream school like Manchester Grammar, and there's another one near Birmingham called King Edward's. And these do pick the very brainiest people in the world. So it's very difficult when you're in that sort of situation to feel that you're doing very well sometimes, because not everybody can come top. And the point I'd really make is that it's a bit like this. I'm quite bright and I can play chess, but I wouldn't last 3 minutes against the world champion Kasparov, would I? I don't think I'd even beat the top player in your school. And you have to say to yourself, I'm going to have to find my own level in this environment. I'm not going to have to take an opinion of myself from the opinion of those around me. I'm going to have to find some confidence for me. I think you want to remind yourself that even brainy people are sometimes not very good at organising their lives. The cleverest brain boxes in the world drive cars sometimes, but wouldn't know how to mend them. It doesn't necessarily make you very happy that you are very good academically and so on. And I think the most telling thing of all is it isn't very clever of these people to go around calling you thick. It's really rather immature. But you've got to deal with this, and I think the way to do it, again, is to look at yourself in your own terms and say, I'm a nice person. I've got some talents and some abilities. If I can't come in the top 3 at this school, it doesn't make me stupid or Dumbo. Your mother is busy with a younger child, I understand that, but you've an ability to get her attention simply by saying, look, Mum, when can I talk about these problems? And I've got a little difficulty at school and I need to get some reassurance. Take it that way.
Philip, thank you very much, and thank you for all the growing pains that you've helped to solve this series. We mentioned earlier about the fact sheets. Just take us through the different subjects of fact sheets that we got on offer.
We've covered these subjects in letters and so on, and we've made the fact sheets in response to demand. We've got one on bereavement, we've got one on child abuse, bedwetting, diet and sensible eating, bullying, exams, and spots.
Okay, so if you think that you need a fact sheet on one of those subjects, write the subject on the outside of the envelope that you send to us, enclose your own stamped addressed envelope, and we'll send you a fact sheet right back.